It's 7 a.m. in 2040. You step outside your apartment, and there's no traffic noise, no exhaust fumes, no honking horns, or gridlocked streets. Instead, you hear birds chirping from vertical gardens lining the buildings. Your coffee shop is 2 blocks away. Your office is 3. The grocery store where robots harvest fresh lettuce from rooftop farms is right around the corner. This isn't some utopian fantasy. It's the inevitable result of 3 massive forces reshaping how we live. AI infrastructure that thinks faster than we do, hyperlocal neighborhoods that put everything within walking distance, and closed-loop systems that turn waste into resources. The transformation won't be gradual. Cities are about to undergo the most radical redesign in human history, and if you're planning where to live, work, or invest over the next decade, you need to understand what's coming. The AI brain running your city. Your city in 2040 doesn't just collect data. It predicts what you need before you know you need it. Picture this. You're driving toward an intersection, but the traffic light isn't waiting for you to arrive to decide when to turn green. It's already communicating with your autonomous vehicle, calculating optimal timing based on traffic patterns, pedestrian crossings, and even weather conditions. The light turns green exactly when you need it to, creating a flow that eliminates stop-and-go traffic entirely. This is predictive infrastructure. Not reactive systems that respond to problems, but anticipatory networks that prevent problems from happening. The energy grid works the same way. Instead of generating power and hoping demand matches supply, AI systems analyze usage patterns, weather forecasts, and even social media trends to predict energy needs hours in advance. Solar panels on your building automatically sell excess power to your neighbor's electric vehicle. Battery storage systems charge during low demand periods and discharge during peaks. The entire grid becomes a living organism that optimizes itself in real time. Water systems detect microscopic leaks before they become floods. Sensors embedded in pipes monitor pressure, flow rates, and water quality continuously. When a problem emerges, the system automatically reroutes supply through alternate pathways, while dispatching repair crews to the exact location. What used to be catastrophic infrastructure failures become minor maintenance events. But here's what most people miss about smart cities. They're not just more efficient versions of what we have now. They're creating entirely new categories of work. Someone needs to design these predictive algorithms. Someone needs to maintain the sensor networks. Someone needs to interpret the data streams and make strategic decisions about city planning. These aren't traditional engineering jobs or traditional tech jobs. They're hybrid roles that combine urban planning, data science, and systems thinking. The flip side? Many current jobs disappear. Traffic controllers become obsolete when AI manages flow automatically. Traditional utility workers get replaced by automated maintenance systems. Even some urban planners find their roles transformed as AI systems handle routine optimization tasks. The cities that adapt fastest to this AI-driven infrastructure will attract the most investment, the best talent, and the highest quality of life. The cities that resist will struggle with aging systems, traffic congestion, and resource waste. This shift is already happening. The question isn't whether your city will adopt predictive infrastructure. It's whether you'll position yourself to benefit from the transformation or get left behind by it. The 15-minute revolution. Everything you need within a 15-minute walk or bike ride from your home. That's the core principle reshaping urban design right now. But this isn't just about convenience. It's about fundamentally reimagining how cities work. Remote work didn't kill cities. It freed them from a broken model that never made sense in the first place. For decades, we built cities around the assumption that millions of people needed to travel to the same central location every morning, then travel back home every evening. We designed entire metropolitan areas around this daily migration pattern. That model is dead, and its death creates the biggest urban planning opportunity in generations. When people don't need to commute to downtown office towers, neighborhoods can become complete ecosystems. Your local area transforms from a bedroom community into a place where you live, work, shop, exercise, and socialize. The coffee shop downstairs isn't just serving residents anymore. It's serving the freelance graphic designer who works from the co-working space next door, the startup team renting office space in the converted warehouse, and the consultant who meets clients at the community business center. This is the distributed work model. Instead of one massive central business district, Cities develop dozens of neighborhood work hubs. Each area becomes economically self-sufficient while staying connected to the broader urban network. The real estate implications are massive. Downtown commercial property values are already declining in many cities. But walkable neighborhoods with mixed-use development are seeing property values surge. The areas that combine residential, commercial, and workspace in compact, pedestrian-friendly designs are becoming the most valuable real estate in the city. If you're thinking about where to invest or where to live, look for neighborhoods that are already embracing this mixed-use model. The areas with ground floor retail, upper floor offices, and residential units all in the same building. The neighborhoods where you can walk to a grocery store, a gym, a restaurant, and a co-working space within the same few blocks. But the 15-minute city creates social changes that go beyond economics. When your daily life happens within a small geographic area, you start recognizing the same faces. You build relationships with local business owners. You care more about neighborhood issues because they directly affect your daily experience. This hyper-local community model strengthens social bonds in ways that suburban sprawl never could. Instead of driving past anonymous strip malls to reach anonymous office parks, you're walking past neighbors to reach local businesses run by people you know. The environmental benefits compound these social advantages. When most trips happen on foot or by bike, carbon emissions from transportation plummet. When goods and services are produced locally, supply chain emissions shrink. When communities are dense enough to support efficient public transit, the need for private vehicles diminishes. Cities are already redesigning street layouts to support this transformation. Bike lanes are expanding. Pedestrian areas are growing. Parking requirements for new developments are shrinking. The infrastructure is shifting to prioritize human-scale transportation over automobile-scale transportation. The most forward-thinking cities are going further. They're creating car-free zones in neighborhood centers. They're converting former parking lots into pocket parks and community gardens. They're redesigning intersections to prioritize pedestrians and cyclists over vehicles. This transformation creates new business opportunities. Local production becomes viable when your customer base lives within walking distance. Neighborhood-scale manufacturing, urban agriculture, and hyperlocal services all become economically attractive. The businesses that thrive in 15-minute cities are the ones that serve immediate, daily needs rather than occasional, specialized demands. The career implications are clear. Skills in community building, local business development, and neighborhood-scale problem-solving become more valuable. Understanding how to create economic value within geographic constraints becomes a competitive advantage. The cities that successfully implement the 15-minute model will attract residents who value quality of life over commute tolerance. They'll attract businesses that want to be part of vibrant communities rather than isolated office complexes. And they'll attract investment from people who understand that walkable, mixed-use neighborhoods represent the future of urban living. This isn't a trend that might happen. It's a transformation that's already underway. The question is whether you'll position yourself in the neighborhoods and careers that benefit from this shift, or whether you'll find yourself stuck in the old model as it becomes increasingly obsolete. Vertical farms and circular cities. Your grocery store in 2040 doesn't have a produce section. It has a produce elevator. Fresh lettuce, tomatoes, and herbs grow on floors 2 through 15 of the same building where you shop. The robot harvesters work around the clock, picking vegetables at peak ripeness and delivering them to the store floor below within minutes of harvest. This is vertical farming at city scale. Instead of shipping produce thousands of miles from rural farms, cities are growing food in controlled environments that use 95% less water, no pesticides, and produce yields 10 times higher per square foot than traditional agriculture. But vertical farms are just the beginning of the circular city model. The real transformation happens when every waste stream becomes an input for something else. The food scraps from that vertical farm don't go to a landfill. They go to an anaerobic digester in the building's basement, where bacteria break them down into biogas that powers the building's heating system. The liquid byproduct becomes fertilizer for the vertical farm upstairs. The solid remnant becomes compost for the rooftop gardens that provide insulation and manage stormwater runoff. This closed-loop thinking extends to every system in the city. Wastewater doesn't get treated and dumped into rivers. It gets purified through multiple stages and becomes drinking water again. Gray water from sinks and showers irrigates urban forests. Black water gets processed into biogas and fertilizer, Every drop of water cycles through the system multiple times before it ever leaves the city boundaries. Buildings don't just consume energy, they generate it. Solar panels cover every available roof surface. Wind turbines integrated into building designs capture urban air currents. Geothermal systems tap into the Earth's stable temperatures for heating and cooling. Energy storage systems in building basements smooth out supply and demand fluctuations throughout the day. The most advanced buildings produce more energy than they consume, selling excess power back to the grid. This isn't just environmental virtue signaling. It's profitable. Building owners generate revenue streams from energy production, water recycling, and waste processing. Sustainability becomes a business model, not just a cost center. Construction materials follow the same circular principles. When buildings reach the end of their useful life, they don't get demolished and dumped. They get disassembled, with materials sorted for reuse in new construction projects. Concrete gets crushed and recycled. Steel gets melted down and reformed. Even drywall and insulation materials get processed into inputs for new buildings. This circular approach to construction creates new industries around material recovery and reprocessing. Urban mining becomes a viable business model as companies extract valuable materials from existing infrastructure. The cities with the most efficient material recovery systems become manufacturing hubs for sustainable construction materials. The economics work because circular systems eliminate waste costs while creating new revenue streams. Instead of paying to dispose of organic waste, cities generate revenue from biogas production. Instead of importing food from distant farms, cities reduce transportation costs through local production. Instead of buying energy from external sources, cities generate their own power and sell the surplus. Climate adaptation drives much of this innovation. As extreme weather events become more frequent, cities need infrastructure that can handle floods, droughts, heat waves, and storms. The circular city model builds resilience into every system. Green roofs and walls don't just look nice. They provide insulation that reduces energy consumption, absorb rainwater that prevents flooding, and create microclimates that moderate urban heat islands. When a heat wave hits, buildings with extensive green infrastructure stay cooler without additional air conditioning. When storms arrive, distributed water absorption prevents the flash flooding that overwhelms traditional drainage systems. The job creation potential in this transformation is enormous. Urban agriculture specialists design and manage vertical farming systems. Circular economy engineers optimize waste to resource flows. Building performance analysts monitor and improve energy and water efficiency. Climate adaptation planners design infrastructure that can handle changing environmental conditions. These aren't just green jobs. They're high-skill, high-value positions that combine technical expertise with systems thinking. The professionals who understand how to design and manage circular urban systems will be in high demand as cities compete to attract residents and businesses. The cities that embrace this model first will have significant competitive advantages. Lower resource costs, greater resilience to climate disruption, and higher quality of life for residents. The cities that delay this transformation will find themselves struggling with higher costs, greater vulnerability to extreme weather, and difficulty attracting the talent and investment needed for economic growth. This shift is already beginning. Vertical farms are operating in major cities worldwide. Building integrated renewable energy systems are becoming standard in new construction. Waste-to-energy facilities are processing urban organic waste into usable power. The circular city isn't a future concept. It's an emerging reality that's gaining momentum as the economic and environmental benefits become clear. The career implications. Understanding these urban transformation trends gives you a massive competitive advantage in planning your career path. The professionals who position themselves at the intersection of technology, sustainability, and urban systems will find themselves in the highest demand over the next 2 decades. The most valuable skill set combines technical competency with systems thinking. You need to understand how individual components work, but more importantly, how they interact within complex urban networks. The AI specialist who also understands urban planning becomes infinitely more valuable than the AI specialist who only knows algorithms. The sustainability expert who understands business models becomes more valuable than the one who only knows environmental science. Cross-functional expertise is the key. Cities need professionals who can translate between different domains. Someone who can explain AI capabilities to urban planners, Someone who can communicate sustainability benefits to real estate developers. Someone who can design business models around circular economy principles. The specific job titles that emerge from smart city infrastructure include urban data scientists who analyze citywide sensor networks, predictive maintenance specialists who keep AI systems running smoothly, and human AI interaction designers who create interfaces between citizens and smart city services. These roles didn't exist 10 years ago. They'll be essential by 2030. The 15-minute city model creates demand for neighborhood economic development specialists, local supply chain coordinators, and community resilience planners. These professionals understand how to create economic value within geographic constraints and how to build social cohesion in hyperlocal communities. Circular economy implementation requires materials flow analysts, urban agriculture systems designers, and waste-to-resource engineers. These roles combine environmental knowledge with business acumen and technical skills. The professionals who thrive in this transformation are the ones who start building relevant skills now. Take courses in urban planning, sustainability, and data analysis. Gain experience with IoT systems, renewable energy, and circular economy principles. Most importantly, practice thinking in systems rather than silos. The cities of 2040 aren't science fiction. They're the inevitable result of technological capabilities, environmental pressures, and changing work patterns that are already reshaping urban areas worldwide. Subscribe for more future-focused strategy to stay ahead of these changes. The cities of 2040 aren't science fiction. They're inevitable. AI infrastructure is already being deployed in major metropolitan areas worldwide. The 15-minute city model is reshaping neighborhoods from Paris to Portland. Vertical farms are producing food in urban towers across Asia, Europe, and North America. These aren't experimental pilot programs anymore. They're proven systems scaling rapidly as cities compete for talent and investment. The transformation will accelerate over the next 5 years as climate pressures intensify, remote work becomes permanent, and AI capabilities expand. The cities that adapt fastest will attract the best professionals, the most innovative companies, and the highest quality of life. The cities that resist will struggle with aging infrastructure, talent flight, and economic stagnation. Your career decisions today determine whether you benefit from this transformation or get left behind by it. The skills you build now, the neighborhoods you choose, and the industries you enter will either position you at the center of urban innovation or on the periphery of obsolete systems. The opportunity is massive for those who understand what's coming. Cross-functional expertise in technology, sustainability, and urban systems will be the most valuable skill set of the next 2 decades. The professionals who can navigate the intersection of AI infrastructure, hyperlocal communities, and circular economy principles will write their own career tickets. The future of cities is being built right now. Make sure you're building it with them. If you found this analysis useful, hit the like button and subscribe for more future-focused strategy that keeps you ahead of the transformation.